Hello everyone, welcome back to You Can Automate. In this session, we are going to learn how to install APK on the Android emulator. In the previous session, we have learned how to start the emulator and how to launch the emulator, right? Now it is time to install required APK on the Android emulator. What is APK means? It is an installable file. Say for example, if you are using an Amazon app, Mantra app, Big Basket app, any of the app, right? To install that particular APK, that particular exe on my mobile device, that particular file we call it as a APK, right? That APK file is very much required for our mobile testing. So in some of the companies they do provide the APK file. If you are already on some of the project where you are working on mobile device, then you will be having APK file. If you are not having a APK file and then you want to practice it, then what we need to do, we need to choose some of the existing public APK file that like any e-commerce applications we need to use it, right? So in that case, so we need to download some of the APK file which is readily available on the market. So in this session, we are going to download our one of the e-commerce application, right? So today in this session, I am going to select an app called Myntra. Myntra is e-commerce application where you go and buy your shirts, shoes, whatever the clothing materials, right? All it's a very famous app. So we'll try to automate that app, and we will first before that we will try to download the APK file for Myntra app. Then we will install it, and then we'll start it. You need to go to your mobile device. This is just I have mirrored my mobile device to showcase you guys, but no need to do that for you guys. You just need to go to your mobile device without this. I'm just showing here. I'm going to a Play Store, right? Just go to Play Store here. In Play Store, say for example, I want Myntra app, right? I'm downloading the Myntra app here. Not downloading. If I want a Myntra app, I'm just going to this Myntra app. So here you should observe carefully that here I've got the Myntra details and here I've got a install button, right? Here I don't want to install it in my device. Instead of that, I want the APK file, the executable file, right? So what I need to do here, I need to click on this Myntra icon so that I can download the APK file then. So I'm just clicking on this Myntra icon here. After clicking on Myntra icon, if you observe, there is an install button, there is some details, and here there is a three dots, vertical dots. Just click on three vertical dots, and here there is an option called share. Just click on the share button. Once you click on share button, you will be getting a link. Just copy that particular uh, entire link. After copying the entire link, there is a separate website to download any of the APK. So like that, you can pull up the any APK for any app. So you need to go to this website, that is apps.evoz. So I will provide this particular website in the description. Just go to this website and put your link, whatever you have copied that, and click on this particular button, that is generate download link. This will generate the link, and then you will be able to download the APK file whatever you have chosen. So it is not only for Myntra, for any app you can download the app, right, that is APK. And here now for us it has generated the APK file. Now we need to click on this green button to download the APK file for specific Myntra app. Right, not only for Myntra app, you can generate the APK for any of the app whichever you like it. In our testing we are using this Myntra, so we are downloading the APK for Myntra. Right, I have clicked on this green button. Now it has downloaded the APK file for me. Now I need to go to that particular location wherever I have downloaded here. Right, this is my APK file, and this is where I am going to use the APK file in my testing. Once I download the APK file from that website, and this is how the APK file is looking in my system. So I have renamed that file to mintra.apk. Now after downloading the APK file, what we need to do here, we need to go to our terminal, or if you are in a Windows, you need to go to your command prompt, and we need to install a device driver. Right, as we are interacting with the Android driver, we need to install the UI Automator 2. By using UI Automator 2, we should be able to connect to a device, and we can pass all our scripts, all our commands to particular device to install and execute. So let's install this driver here. What is that driver is UI Automator 2 Appium driver, right? Install UI Automator 2. So this is a command which will install us UI Automator 2, right? And as I have already installed UI Automator 2, you should give me a message that UI Automator is already installed. If you observe the message, UI Automator is already installed. If you are installing first time, it will take some time to install. Then after installing that, what we need to do to confirm whether driver is properly installed or not, we need to run one command called Appium driver list. This should list of all the drivers which got installed in our system. For each device type we have a different drivers. Say for example UI Automator 2 is mainly built for Android and XUI test mainly built for iOS devices. Like that we have a different drivers for each type of OS and each type of device. So this will tell us that this particular UI Automator 2 is installed. It is saying installed. So this is good enough to go forward and continue our APK installation in our emulator. So once this is ready, now what we need to do here is we need to go to our Android Studio. And once you go to Android Studio, this is how the home screen looks like. You need to go to more actions, open the virtual device. So this is how the virtual device looks like. I have created some three kinds of virtual device. What we need to uh, look at here is each device created with a different Android version. Say Nexus 5 got created with the Android version 12, Nexus 6 also created with the Android version 12, and Nexus S got created with Android version 10. We have seen this video of how to create the Android emulator, right, in the previous session. I will give the URL in the description. So once we create the Android emulator, we can just click on the play button, right? Once you click on the play button, you will get a mobile device like this. This is the emulator, and this is where we are going to install our APK and do our test case. Now once we get this particular device, that is Android emulator, if you see here there will be a green color dot, right? This will indicate that this particular Android emulator is running. Once we have this Android emulator, what we need to do, we need to go to our Appium inspector. Just open your Appium inspector. Once you open the Appium inspector, this is how the screen looks like. Here we need to add some desired capabilities. What is the desired capabilities is, it is kind of some attributes, some properties through which we will be able to launch our mobile device, and we will be able to push our APK file into the mobile device or Android emulator, you can say, as of now, right? Here we need to add some parameters and values. What is that is, first one, platform name. So platform name is nothing but Android, as we are running our test case on Android. So we will write it as Android here, right? And then click on plus symbol. Here we need to add platform version. Platform version is nothing but a Android version what you are using it on particular Android emulator. Platform version, right? And here as I am using if you go to your Android emulator and device manager, right, it will show what is the version of your Android. As of now I'm using Nexus, yes, so this Android version is 10, so I'm going to provide Android version as 10 in this value. Okay, now I'm going to provide a device name here, device name. So here device name is nothing but which Android emulator and what name you have given, right? If you just go to your device manager, here the name is given Nexus yes, Nexus 6 or whatever the name you have given while creating the Android emulator, you can give that name here. As of now it is Nexus yes, so I'm going to provide the same name as Nexus yes, Nexus yes. Okay, then again I'll click on plus symbol here, and here I need to provide the app. So where is my app, that is APK file is located? So what I will do, I'll just go to my download section, right click here, I'll take the path of my file. Let me take this path, right, and in your Windows whatever the path, it is same as Mac also, it will be just a different path. As of now I have kept my APK file in the download section, and slash what is my APK file name. APK file name is mintra.apk. Just copy this, right, mintra.apk. My APK path is done. Now what I need to do is add automation name, right, automation name. So this is nothing but a driver, which driver you are going to use. So for Android we are going to use a UI automator, right? So that's why I'm providing UI automator 2, right? This is the same, this is the same UI automator which we have installed in our command prompt, right? Through command prompt we have installed this UI automator. The same UI automator you are going to provide here. Okay, and here if you come to remote port, just change the remote port to 4724, right? And this is the first thing you need to do changes. Okay, then we are done with the setup. Before before starting the session, what we need to do here is we need to go to our command prompt and we need to start the Appium server, right? How do you start your Appium server is just enter the command called Appium -p, and you need to mention the port. What port you have given in the Appium inspector, the same port has to be given here, right? 4724. So this is a path which is running. What it means is Appium server is running on this particular port and Appium inspector is also running on the same port, right? So I'm just hitting enter here. -p is nothing but a port, and it will take some time to start the Appium. So if you see here, it is started printing some logs here, welcome to Appium, and it is printing the version also, which port it is running, and where this particular UI automator driver is located. It is giving the path, right, and available drivers. That means that everything is ready to start our APK installation. So once you see this kind of messages, then go to your Appium inspector, right, and click on start session, and you open the emulator here. So this particular Appium inspector should pull the APK file and it should go to this Android emulator, and it should install the Mintra app, right? That is what the task which we have given. It is launching the Mintra app. Let's see whether it will successfully open or not. So it has launched, but it has closed immediately, and it is throwing some error also. What is that error is? So for example, failed to create session, unknown server side error occurred and cannot start com.mintra.android. Right, this is one of the error, and it is also saying that it is not it is not able to start the activity, splash activity, that is com, mintra, android and splash activity. So let's add two variables here. One is app package, another is app activity, right? So because of that, this error is coming for us. So let me add that two variables here. I have clicked on plus symbol here and app package, and in app package I need to mention the Android app name, right? Com Mintra Android. So I'm copying this particular value here and putting in this particular text, right? And I'll click on plus symbol again. Here I need to add app activity. So app activity is nothing but the which activity we are going to start. Every Android app will be having many activities, right? And we are going to start one of them. The activity name also it is given here, that is flash activity. So I'm copying that entire activity name here and putting in this value, right? So that's it about these two variables. So because of these two errors, these two values not present in the desired capabilities, it was throwing error, and now we have added these two values here so that we are giving a information about which activity and which package to be started, so that APM will get to know. So let me start the connection again. So I'll click on start session here. Now let's see what will happen. I have opened the emulator side by side like this, and now it has to launch the Mintra app, and it has to successfully open the inspector for us. Let me see that. So it is opening the Mintra app, and it has opened the APM inspector also. So this is how the APM inspector looks like. It is just similar to our dev tools in the Selenium, where we can go and inspect each web element here. So I've just clicked on the refresh button here to load the entire app here, whatever we have loaded in the Android emulator. So if you observe here, whatever is loaded in the Android emulator, same we are able to see in the APM inspector. Through this, we will be able to inspect each and web element and write our locators and write our test scripts. So we'll talk about this more in upcoming sessions, and this is about installing the APK in our Android emulator. So to summarize, what all we have done is, first we have installed our Android device driver, that is UI Automator 2, and now after that we have checked whether it is particular device driver is installed or not by using a APM driver list. Then we have installed the then we have opened the Android Studio and we have created the emulator, and then we have checked the APM inspector and we have configured all the desired capabilities and launched our APK in our Android emulator. So this is how we have done through in this entire session. Do try out these and let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.